Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Music Lab podcast. My name is Dogg, and I'm so excited to be back with all of you for another episode of the podcast. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, our social media pages. That helps us, that helps the bands and artists that we feature. Also, check out our sponsor, RAR Outfitters. That's RAWR, outfitters.com. Don't just wear, RAR. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited. It's December, it's the holiday season. Obviously, for many reasons, people can get excited about this time of the year. But I get excited about this time of the year because I get to put together all of our year-end lists. We get to recap everything that happened this year, and just reflect and just celebrate the year in music 2025. So, ladies and gentlemen, today I present to you our top 10 songs of 2025. This is episode 71. We've got 4 more episodes for you, including a super surprise episode that hopefully is going to happen. I think we're like 90% sure, but we will let you know when it is official and that episode gets released. But in the meantime, I am so happy to talk about our top 10 songs. So, we have all gotten our Spotify Wrapped and YouTube recaps and marvel at what all happened this year in music. Music festivals continued to struggle, with many more canceling due to ticket sales or weather like Bonnaroo. Although Live Nation and the concert industry continues to push ticket prices higher and turning out record profits. TikTok continues to be a huge presence, and AI is here and ready to take over for better or worse. We've already had a country single go to number one that was an AI artist. We're seeing it everywhere. We're seeing record labels signing with AI companies. It's really disheartening, but that's why I am focusing on what was celebrated this year. Americana music and roots music, and of course, country music seem to have an impact socially and economically in the country. And there were a ton of major releases. So, like I said, it's our 71st episode of season 4. And I couldn't be more excited to present these songs that outlasted all of the songs we listened to this year. I think Spotify said that I listened to 70 different albums this year. But surprisingly, I only got to see 2 of these artists or bands in concert this year. But I'm always optimistic. There's always a chance next year. So sit back or get in the car and crank up this top 10 songs of 2025 of the Music Lab podcast and enjoy these tracks as much as I did. Make sure to comment with your top 10 songs of the year and let me know what you think of mine. So without further ado, drum roll please. Of course, we got to have a lady start off our top 10 songs. Her name is Bebe Stockwell. B-E-B-E, Bebe Stockwell. Her song is Minor Inconveniences. My cat's lost, my key's gone. My neighbor mows at the break of dawn. And they ask me how I'm doing. And I say, I'm fine. A sample size of all the minor inconveniences for this Boston-born singer-songwriter who started releasing music in 2022 and was featured in our Bottom Line on the Bottom Line's Bonnaroo edition. And she got to play Boston Calling Music Festival this year for the first time. The beautiful indie folk in this delight of a song kept it on repeat all year, although it came out technically in December of 2024. Our next song, ladies and gentlemen, the artist, the Jack Wharf Band. The song is called Washed. You know, this song immediately gets your head nodding and your toes tapping with themes of struggle and vices and feeling stuck in a rut. This four-piece band from Richmond, Virginia, was featured on our Road to Americana Fest episode and signed with Big Machine Records. And I am expecting big things from this band in 2026. And it was so disheartening to not get to see them at Americana Fest. They only, I think, played one or two shows, and one of the shows was on the day that we weren't even there. But lyrics like this, driving down the back roads, temptation creeping in, and I'm about to cross that county line, but I'll be back here again. Why can't I escape it? And why do I give in? 'Cause I tell myself it's over, knowing I won't ever see the end. It's just a great song, ladies and gentlemen. The Jack Wharf Band, Washed. And I probably could have picked like three or four of their songs that they released this year. So well done, fellas. The next artist or band that we are featuring, song number 3, The Head and the Heart, and their song, Arrow. How you see yourself and how the world sees you is a topic this fantastic song tries to grapple with. And we featured the band in our Songs I'm Listening To series, and Aperture was their first album they self-produced after 15 years together. A song that was needed in a year of uncertainty and fear. And I'll tell you what, the first couple times I heard this song, like it really got me like emotionally, like very like hits you with all the feels. So just well done, guys. And with lyrics like this. So if you're falling through the cracks again, maybe the fall was by design. 'Cause someone's gonna break your heart again. That's just proof that you're alive. It's well done. Our next song that we are featuring, ladies and gentlemen, is a band called Marfa. Their song, Little Miss Two Time. Bryce Menchaca and Kellen Wall have been releasing singles since last year and signed with Ascend Music this year when this song hit the airwaves, and my, oh my, these boys are destined for stardom. The song was co-written with Morgan Nagler after Kellen found out his girlfriend was cheating on him, and he found out after a show, hence the name of the song. Their music is so carefree and the harmonies are top-notch for this Denver, Colorado duo. And in their short time as a band, they have recorded a song where Pet Sounds was recorded, and I cannot wait to see them live. And again, a band that played at Americana Fest that we just did not get to see, so unfortunately. Our next band, ladies and gentlemen, one of my favorites of all time, the band My Morning Jacket. Their song, River Road. And you know, River Road, ironically, runs along the Ohio River in Louisville, Kentucky. And this tune is really emblematic of a scenic drive on this album closer of the excellent Is. Jim James and company continually innovate and expand their musical repertoire, as this song, with its fantastic guitar solo and all the feels that make this band so gosh darn good. And this year, the band celebrated the 20th anniversary of their album, Z. And is a friendly reminder of their greatness as they continue to tour regularly to give you plenty of opportunities. Our next band, who actually on their festival had My Morning Jacket on that festival, the guys from Goose, ladies and gentlemen, and wow, what a 2025 for them. And I could have picked again probably three or four songs that they released from their two albums, but I picked their song Give It Time. And you know what, guys, you can stop overachieving whenever you feel like it. Because, like I said, 2025 was an incredible year for the band. Two albums, their music festival Viva El Gonzo in Mexico. They sold out Madison Square Garden. And Goosemas is happening tonight, this weekend, in Providence, Rhode Island. And they give us this masterpiece of a song where we get great drumming by Carter, beautiful harmonies by Peter and Rick, and a song that inspires and kicks ass at the same time. You know, like I said, I had a choice of three or four songs between those aforementioned albums and chose this one. And hopefully you will like it as well. And just like all great jam bands, the studio albums for them are blueprints and canvases for greater experiences in the live setting. And Goose is no different. And of course, they have the longest song on our 10 songs. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is song number 7. Song number 7 is from our friends, the Wax Owls, and their song, Another Man's War. Los Angeles is where these guys call home, and who we got to know at South by this year, and who we also interviewed as well. They've released singles since 2020, and Jerry and Chris shared with us the story behind this beautiful and powerful song. Another Man's War is about facing the inevitable and moving forward with equal parts grief and celebration. When facing the unknown and forces beyond our control, the song is a call to action and reminder that loss can awaken our hope. The lyric, "'Cause there ain't no relief in another man's war," is a call for the listener to look inward when faced with these moments. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a special treat for you at the end of the episode that I will talk about later. So, ladies and gentlemen, song number 8. Man, oh man, talk about a song that gives you the feels. Again, a band that I've really gotten to like in the past couple of years. I wasn't as huge of a fan of them when they first came out, but man, like their last couple albums have really got me. The band is called Caamp. Their song is called Drive. Subdued with restraint and that instantly recognizable voice of Taylor Meyer. This acoustic heavy track off of their 5th studio album, Copper Changes Color, was their first single and spirit song of the album, according to Taylor. And I think Snow Patrol would really dig this song. It gives me all the feels emotionally, and I give them a lot of credit to the 5-piece from Ohio who worked with producers on this album, who've worked with Fleet Foxes, Adele, and this little band from Athens, Georgia, REM. Our 9th song, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sad that it's getting to the end. Again, our friends, Andy Frasco and the UN. Their song, Try Not to Die. And you know, these guys had a crazy year to say the least, as guitarist Sean tore his ACL on stage and missed most of the year. Ernie, the saxophonist, took a leave of absence to be a father for the first time, and Lloyd, the bassist, was in and out of the lineup as well. But the ringleader, Mr. Frasco, still managed to put out a fantastic album once again called Growing Pains. And this song is so dang catchy. I had to include it on our end of year list. Heartfelt lyrics with a great melody and a dash of humor and humility. And you have a great song like Try Not to Die, with lyrics like this: salaries, calories, payments and statements, living in a basement, procrastination, left wing, right wing, what should I wear tonight? Our last song, ladies and gentlemen, is by a band called the Wood Brothers. Their song is Witness. And almost 20 years together, Oliver and Chris Wood have 9 studio albums under their belt, including this year's Puff of Smoke, and this true banger of a song. The guitar playing is fantastic, but unmatched by the barroom piano, with some New Orleans horns, and the manicness of the song is just infectious. The boys were quite busy this year on the road when they spent May through August on tour with St. Paul and the Broken Bones, and they also did some dates with the String Cheese Incident. And 2026 looks like more opportunities to see the brothers on the road. And my favorite lyrics from this song: I'm not the rusty nail. I'm not the Manhattan. I'm not the dark and stormy. I'm not the old-fashioned. I'm not the come to Jesus. Sure enough, the slow gin fizz. I'm just a witness. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our top 10 songs of 2025. I will have the Spotify and Apple Music playlist for you in the link of this episode and on our socials, so you can listen to all of these fantastic songs. Please support these bands and artists any way you can. Buy their music, buy their merch, go see them when they come to your town. All fantastic in their own way. Some veterans, some bands that you might have heard of before, some bands that you might never have heard before. That's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. So, there you have it. And in addition, like I said, we're going to have our top 5 albums of the year. We're going to have our top 5 concerts of the year, and then a special surprise as well. But to end this episode, I am so thankful to our friends in the Wax Owls for doing a performance for us of their song, Another Man's War. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, as always, thank you for being with us. Thank you for always tuning in. As always, I've been Dogg. You've been great. This is the Music Lab Podcast.
All right, if this doesn't go well, we're not using any of it.
When the debt never stops, the gap keeps growing wide. Whisper what's left, was it a contest, too stubborn to hide? Sometimes we feel lost, not sure what's in store. Been searching for peace, 'cause there ain't no relief in another man's war. Let the rain fall down, sweetly the pattern of glorious sound. Oh, it might lead to rust. Stand tall, gather round, let the rain fall down. Oh, 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 oh. glimpse for a toll, a march for a prize. You thought it'd be more, you sensitive storm, you woke for the rise. So scream, what's the cost? What have I ignored? It's the myth of belief that signals our grief in another man's war. Let the rain fall down, sweetly the pattern of glorious sound. Though it might lead to rust, stand tall, gather round. Let the rain fall down. Oh, 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 oh. Add up the loss, turn around, lend a hand. A time in the valley, still time we can act. The shadows get longer, the flood meets the dam. We'll rise with the tide and we'll sail on again. Add up the loss, turn around, lend a hand. A time in the valley, still time we can act. The shadows get longer, the flood meets the dam. We'll rise with the tide and we'll sail on again. Let the rain fall down, sweetly the pattern of glorious sound. Though it might lead to rust, stand tall.